Turns out farms are being forced to throw out produce while food banks are struggling. So some states helping each other. Many are providing more money to pay for food that might otherwise go to waste. The U.S. Agriculture Department also spending $3 billion to help get products from farms to food banks. And Tracy, you know, the pandemic has shown us how everything it's really connected.
It sure is. And in this News 5 original, Caroline Sweeney spent time at an urban farm and found out how they've been able to get their produce to people who really need it.
In the shade of Cleveland's skyline,
Farm is it's a public place. So I like to think of this as truly a community farm.
is the Ohio City Farm.
On the 5+ acres we have here, we grow between 50 and 60 different crops. Those range from annual vegetables to annual and perennial herbs.
On this day, peppers.
I learned about pepper because they are easy to grow.
Ohio City Farm is community supported. It's cared for by recently resettled refugees. Refugees like Lardo, who came to the U.S. from Burma.
So I have more experience working with the farm rather than like the factory job or the other job.
Unlike most farms, it sits in the middle of an urban community. Like most farms, it's figuring out how to survive.
Sell a lot of produce, you got to grow a lot of produce. So we've been kind of ramping up production over the years.
The Ohio City Farm is a nonprofit, but it's also a business.
We grow all those for the restaurant here.
A considerable amount of our produce goes to restaurants. I would say at this point in time, maybe 25% is budgeted to go to restaurants.
Produce from here stays in the community, going
To the east side, downtown, Ohio City, of course, to Tremont and out to Lakewood.
With restaurant business slowing down, Michael Bartunik needed to figure out what to do with all this food.
The food that cannot be used by the restaurants right now is still going out into the community at no cost to them.
The farm partnered with another community organization, the May Dugan Center down the street. Produce not being picked up by restaurants is being distributed to people who need it. Bartunik says restaurant orders haven't stopped completely.
They are still showing their support for the farm as much as they can if they're having takeout orders being part of their business plan still.
Despite the slowdown in sales to restaurants,
We're really excited about the 2020 season. I think it's going to be a good one.
in Ohio City, Caroline Sweeney, News 5.